Welcome to today's lesson. Today's learning target is I can simplify before multiplying. And this strategy of simplifying the factors instead of the product, I hope makes multiplying fractions just a little bit simpler, more efficient. Let's find out. Here is our first example. Here we have 2/4 times 3/7. Now, if we were to treat this as any old problem we've seen, we'd multiply 2 times 3, and that would be 6. 4 times 7, we get 28. We'd have 6 28ths, which we could then simplify. However, what I want to show you today is that you can actually look at these two factors, and you could simplify these, and that's going to result in a product that's already in simplest form. Let's check it out. 2/4. Let's start here with this first factor, 2/4. Well, I know that 2/4 is equal to 1/2. What I could do is I could divide 2 by 2 and 4 by 2. And because 2 is the greatest common factor. And what I'll get is 1 over 2, or 1/2. And then I come over here to the second factor, 3/7. I'd look at it. Oh, 3 and 7 are both prime numbers. That means this is already in simplest form, so I'm done. Now I can just multiply. 1 times 3, and that is 3. And 2 times 7, that's 14. 3/14 is the simplest form product for 1/2 times 3/7. I don't need to do any simplifying of the product. Let's take a look at another example. Here we have 7/14 times 9/12. Oh, look at this. I can simplify both of these factors. So let's go ahead and look at 7/14 first. I could divide 7 by 7 and 14 by 7 because 7 is the greatest common factor of both. And I'm going to get, let's see, it's 1, that's 2. I'm going to get 1/2 again. I'm going to come over here now to the 9/12. Oh, you know what? 3 times 3 and 3 times 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3, I think, is the greatest common factor. I can divide 9 by 3. And I can divide 12 by 3. And I'm going to get, let's see here, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 3/4. So now I have 1/2 times 3/4. Since both of these factors are in simplest form, my product's going to be in simplest form. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. 3/8 is the simplest form of this product. Very cool. Now, I want to teach you something I think is going to blow your mind a little bit here. Are you ready? This is cool. So far, in these first two examples, if we go back real quick, in these first two examples, we've looked at fractions as they were presented to us. So we took 2/4 and we simplified it to 1/2. We took 7/14, simplified it. 9/12, simplified it. But here's the thing about fractions. This is cool. Are you ready? Here's the thing. As long as you are simplifying one numerator, that's top number, and one denominator, that's the bottom number, you don't have to get those numerators and denominators from the same fraction. They can be a part of different fractions. Isn't that wild? So let me show you what I mean. So we have 2/3 here. Now, 2/3 is already in simplest form, right? And we have 5/6 here as well. 5/6 is in simplest form. So we could just multiply 2 times 5 and get 10, 3 times 6 and get 18, and we realize, wait, 10/18ths, that's not simplest form. At least I could divide by 2. But check this out. What you have to check for is that the numerators also can't be simplified with another denominator, right? So 2 and 3 can't be simplified. But if I pick one numerator from this fraction and one denominator from this fraction, can I simplify those? And the answer is yes. Now, I know this is wild, but just bear with me. So right now I'm looking at this pair, this numerator and denominator. And I can, if I divide 2 by 2 and 6 by 2, right? Let's see, I'm going to get 2 by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now and I multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. And 3 times 3, that's 9. 5/9 is the simplest form of 1/3 times 5/3. Or 2/3 times 5/6, depending on how you want to look at it. This is crazy. We need to look at another example. All right, so here we have 4/12 times 24/28. Well, check this out. I'm going to eye 4 and 28. Oh my gosh, yes. 4 times 7 is 28. So 4 is the greatest common factor. If I divide 4 by 4 and 28 by 4, I'm going to get 1. 28 divided by 4 is 7. And here's the thing. I can look at the other pair. I can now focus my eyes on this pair of numerator and denominator, even though they're not in the same fraction. This is crazy. And I got a 12 and a 24. 12 times 2 is 24. So I can divide 12 by, let's see here, 12. And I can divide 24 by 12. And what do I get? Well, I get, see, 12 divided by 12 is 1. 24 divided by 12 is 2. So now, instead of multiplying 4/12 times 24/28, that's a big multiplying, right? Now I'm multiplying 1/1 times 2/7. And that seems a lot easier, doesn't it? Let's see here. 1 times 2, that's 2. And 1 times 7, that's 7. 2/7. So 4/12 times 24/28 is 2/7. We simplified first, and not only that, but we simplified using a numerator and denominator from different fractions. Isn't that amazing? And it worked. We got the simplest form. Let's try one more. Here we have 6/50ths. 6/50ths times 10/27. Okay, here's another problem. Here we have 6/50ths times 10/27. Let's see if we can look at a numerator and denominator from different fractions and simplify them. Let's start with the 6 and the 27. Do they share any common factors? Now, if you don't know off the top of your head, you can quickly factor them out, right? Just like we've been doing 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1, 3, 9, and 27. Oh, and look at that. We can see that they both share a 3. So we can divide 6 by 3, and we can divide 27 by 3. So that would give us, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly erase most of this here, just to make things not so cluttered up, right? All right, I know this is wasting a little bit of time, but that's okay. All right, so 6 divided by 3 is 2, and 27 divided by 3 is 9. All right, well, those are smaller numbers. Now we're simplifying already, aren't we? Now let's take a look at the 50 and the 10, a numerator and a denominator from different fractions. 10, of course, is the multiple of 50. It's the greatest common multiple. So let's go ahead and do that. If we divide 10 by 10 and 50 by 10, let's see, we get 10 divided by 10 is 1. 50 divided by 10 is 5. So now we have 2/5 times 1/9. Let's go ahead and multiply. Let's see, we get 2 times 1, that's 2. That's 2. And 5 times 9, that's 45. 2/45. That's the product. That's the answer in simplest form. Wow. All right. Do you guys think you're ready to try this? Let's do it. All right, today's learning target. I can simplify before multiplying. There's a lot here, so we're going to practice today, and I'm going to be here to help you. Let's give it a shot.